Ladies and gentlemen, the Bit of It Show.
Like I said, welcome to the FightServ Boxing MMA Show with KCProfir. Also, the professor is here. And what I mean by that is he's back, and he's done a few episodes with me. The catchweight episode, it took off. They had so many listens. Had over 60,000 live listeners, and which right now I'm looking at 30,304. And you get that off my screen, Joy. Not that, but I mean the jingle. Alright. We're going to talk a little bit about the guys that's part of FightServ. We want to promote them a little bit. I want to promote Darnell Boone. Darnell the Diesel Boone had a birthday yesterday, guys. Alright. And he turned 36 years old. He's getting ready to fight Dimitri Bivol. I think it's his name, if I'm not mistaken. And he's 5-0 with 5 KOs. It's a risk reward that ain't worth taking, really, but he does hold a title. Alright? Now, what I feel by that, what I feel like that, is I'm not going to tell you our strategy, by no means, but I'm pretty sure we're going to win. I'm pretty sure we're going to win this fight, without a doubt. I mean, you've seen Darnell's one-punch power, okay? There's no doubt about it. He can end the fight in a matter of seconds. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned this before, that since Darnell Boone does not get the kind of publicity that the higher boxers do, most boxing fans do not realize the kind of absolute highlight knockout capability that he has. Most of his knockouts have come from a devastating punch that dropped his opponent like a stack of potatoes.
That's right. That's that one-punch power. He may have some of the best one-punch power in boxing. I mean, you got Gennady Golovkin got a lot higher knockout ratio. A lot has to do with Darnell's losses. Now I want you to go to Facebook.com/FightServ Boxing MMA. Check out the article wrote by the professor himself and on Darnell Boone. It's awesome. It's awesome, guys. I'm telling you. It tells you the truth. He is the modern day Freddie Pendleton. That was a great title to that, by the way, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's what we titled our show with him, and which it didn't come through good on the podcast because most of our podcasts are unedited. That's released to social media, okay? Because they go to Spreaker.com. Now, if you go to Podbean, to iTunes, some of the other places, iHeartRadio, some of the other places which you can get an edited version because they're released about an hour and a half after they're done. These are released immediately, okay? They're available immediately. And we're only in our 4th minute to this episode, but I just did an episode introducing Gabriel Tuggle, which is our newest MMA fighter, and is superb, like I said. But what we want to do is talk about a little bit of Mesa St. John. Is she the prettiest boxer of all time? Well, hell yeah, she is. If you think if FightServ don't have the prettiest boxer in the game, I don't know who does.
Here's a picture of her again right here, and you would never be able to tell that she's had a profession in which people have pounding on her face.
Hell no, you wouldn't. You know how old she is, Professor?
She's 48.
That's right. She's 48 years old. She was married to Christophe St. John, which is the actor on Young and the Restless, guys. And he's won an Emmy Award. He's a good guy. She's a good woman. She really is. She is a super mom, a beautiful lady, and a great fighter. Just look at it.
What do you think her greatest victory was, Paul?
Christy Martin.
Oh, absolutely. Did you predict that one?
Well, that was before I really went into predicting them. I started predicting them since we got back on Twitter, and I started predicting. Right now we're pretty close to, I do NFL shows too for the Gambler's Edge, and I don't know if you've heard any of them, but I'm undefeated in the playoffs. on winners. Now, what I'm not undefeated on is against the spread. I'm 7-1 against the spread. And I hate that. I really do. And tomorrow I do have Carolina covering against Arizona. I have New England covering against Denver. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am pulling for Peyton Manning to win one more time. I really am. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
You're pulling for him, but what are you actually calling?
Calling for New England to cover the spread of -3.5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Poor Peyton just doesn't have it anymore.
He looked bad last week, didn't he?
He's holding on way too long, like Kobe Bryant. He just physically can't do it anymore. The injuries have just reduced his skills to such an extent that
that was a good comparison.
Absolutely. Kobe's shooting, let's see what it was, something like 34.7% from the field.
Yeah.
And he's spreading the team. The cheerleaders could shoot that well. Yeah. That's a little bit harsh, but I was looking at the free throw shooting percentage of Andre Drummond, and it's something like 36% over his entire career.
Wow.
And I think that people should do something about that. Kobe can't help his field goal shooting percentage because people are pushing, shoving, jumping on him while he's doing that, but nobody's getting in his way at the free throw line, and he can still sink it. Some of these NBA players who can't, I'm thinking, my goodness, you're a professional basketball player. Well, for the whole summer, do nothing but throw free throws, because I could shoot 36% with my left hand.
Yeah, me too. I could too. That's from the free throw line easily. I could do that.
Right. So it's like an abdication of responsibility. Like, I'm tough. I'm very good at rebounds. I'm a great, huge physical athlete, so forget it, I'm not interested in rebounds. Well, the team is.
No shit.
Yeah. It's like a boxer who has a great skill, let's say. Washington is out there with a jab.
Yeah, that's right. You're right, absolutely right. That's a good comparison. Let's think about the Shaq attacks where all this started, really, ain't it?
Will Chamberlain before them.
Yeah, Will Chamberlain was before that. You're right, but that was a long time ago.
But I know that Will worked at it.
And Will worked at it. I don't think these guys nowadays do you?
Well, I know that Jack had a loser's attitude toward it because Rick Barry was going to help him by trying to teach him the underhanded free throw. And he said, I'd rather miss all my free throws than shoot underhanded. I mean,
who told you that?
He actually said that.
Shaq?
Yeah, who cares what it looks like if it goes in? You're helping the team, but you can't get in or winning the team. And he's worried about looking like a sissy shooting it underhanded.
I'm not looking like a sissy shooting underhanded. That was sad.
Will Chamberlain tried it underhanded.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
At least give it a try.
That's right. You're damn right. I agree with you 100%.
Hey, Buff. Well, I've got to ask you this since we're talking about techniques. And I'm asking you to do this as just in general terms, not to give away any inside secrets, but wondering if you take a fighter like Darnell who's had bad trainers or no trainers, and he's got terrific punching power, but he doesn't have a really, really great KO ratio. As a trainer, how would you work at that?
Teach him how to set traps and sit down on his punches. I'm giving away secrets there, but I mean, Teddy Atlas done it with Tim Bradley. Look what Tim Bradley done his last fight.
Oh yeah. Now we're getting on dangerous ground. That's exactly what I want to avoid.
Exactly what? I'm just being honest. I mean, look what Teddy done with Timmy in one punch. I mean, one punch.
Let's go ahead and discuss Darnell's skills then. How do you rate his stamina?
His stamina? Hey, you know what? I really don't know. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because he normally don't go the distance. I mean, look at how many second-round knockouts, first-round, third-round knockouts this man has. It's unbelievable if you really think about it. Now, has he had fights that he shouldn't have? I mean, he's lost fights early, too, don't get me wrong. Like when he refought Stevenson, he lost something pretty quick, but he did KO Donald Stevenson. And he's the only man to ever do so. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
He also took Kovalev to distance. You know?
After knocking him down, that was a bad decision.
It was a terrible decision. I also think it wasn't a good decision either. Because, I mean, it's a 6-round fight, and you got a 10-8 round. How could he, I mean, how in the hell can you possibly be that far in the hole?
Yeah. What do you think of his jab?
I think now he's getting a little better at it. All right? What he needs to learn is to follow that right to the body with an overhand left hook, in my opinion. Okay? I think it would do it.
I always thought that he had a really nice natural jab. I'm not arguing that he couldn't afford to work at it, you know, to set it up a little bit better, etc., and maybe work some different angles, but it really sticks out nicely. It's not a telegraph punch. That's what I like about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's good enough that it's quick enough and good enough that I guess you could call it sneaky.
It is sneaky. Let's take a look at guys. Go to facebook.com/FightServ Boxing MMA. Look at the video of his last fight against Jimmy Camel and tell me how good that trap is. Tell me how good that triple jab coming back and moving him around, feinting the jab, and throwing it overhand right is. And see where Jimmy Camel ended up.
Yeah, that brings us to the next punch, and this is the one that's going to be the most fun to answer. His right cross.
It's brutal. Brutal. It's brutal. It's deadly. When I say deadly, I mean it could be deadly if it lands at the wrong spot. And I'm warning boxers out there today. Be careful. I mean, I've had guys looking for fights. You know, matchmakers call me needing experienced fighters, and I've offered them Darnell Boone, and they're like, "Oh hell no!" You know what I mean? We don't want nothing to do with him. I mean, you're talking about guys that's 18-0, 19-0. They're looking for experienced fighters for, and no, they don't want nothing to do with Darnell Boone. You
say freight train?
Huh?
I said, can you say freight train?
Exactly. This man's a beast. He's a damn beast.
Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that...
you're on the full board. You're on the right... Oh, shit. About Phil. I stood up for a second. Had a bad leg. Killing me.
Yeah. Be careful.
Huh?
I thought that the combination of its absolute power and...
you see how he set that jab up there?
And speed.
Do you see how he triple jabbed and feinted? He feinted it and come back with the overhand right cross. Beautiful. Once he turned that guy around. That was beautiful. The video's on our site, guys. It's on our site, our Facebook page, and you can go to @FightServ, and I listed that as our website, although we do have www.FightServBoxingMMA.com. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret about that. Boxing or MMA is not a subtitle for a website. So they listed us as a basketball coaching company. Alright? That ain't funny. To me, I got mad. We raised hell for months. I mean, I say for months, for weeks. Now, I can change that on the 30th.